time to feel the burn with the Second Degree Burn Show.
Welcome to Second Degree Burn, the first show of 2013, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, JT Burn II, and with me I have in the studio, gonna rock it up with me, I've got Alvin, one of his Alvin.
Yes, Alvin.
Alvin and Steroid Man.
I'll take it, man. It's all a
Chester the
compliment to me.
Molester.
Yeah.
Soul Glow right here. That's what we're going to name you. Come let your soul glow. Oh, no, see,
Oh, man. It's all a compliment to me. It's all a compliment. Thank you. I'm just glad to be on
Cheesy
your show.
goatee man. So anyway, yes, this is the first show of 2013, Second Degree Burn. We are going to be looking forward to get some bands on here in the next couple of weeks. Today, we're just going to do rock out with our cocks out, except, mine's gone into the center of my universe, so I'd like to tell you that the Second Degree Burn Show is proudly brought to you by Talkwad Network. Please check out other shows with the Talkwad Network by going to www.talkwad.com. And so, I forget your name.
Call me whatever you want.
Sinclair?
Okay.
Isn't it Sinclair?
It is
Sinclair. See, I'm not good with names. I'm just good with faces.
Hey, we're all not good with names.
It works out with girls, I don't give a fuck about your name.
It's like, oh, hey.
I don't even need to see your face,
I just, if I forget somebody's name, I'm like, yeah, what's up? Hey, you know what? I have forgotten about you. What was your name again? It's been so long and blah, blah, blah.
That's usually the problem. It's been so long.
Yeah.
Right.
I wonder
That's not
why.
what she said.
Oh.
That's loud.
Indeed.
So, anyway, we just wanted to get off this show. I guess we got 2 new shows coming up. You've got a show, and you've got a show, and you decided to become part of my show, and we're just going to try and see about what these shows are about. So you can tune in to Talkwad Network at www.talkwad.com, and you can listen to, I'm going to start off with you, Alvin. You have a show that's going to be coming up on Sundays, dealing with holistic medicine.
No, dealing with, it's called Holistically Speaking.
Okay.
Holistic medicine is just one aspect. Holistics is everything.
Right. So is hell.
That's a perspective and opinion.
Well, it's a perspective. It's an opinion. Mine's the only one that counts, though, so I'm just kidding. So we're going to talk a little bit about your show and why is it that, holistically speaking, is going to be the rockin' show of the new year?
I imagine there's going to be some rocking because rocking is a part of everything. So rocking is
except
holistic.
for your bed.
Oh.
No, I'd rather rock yours.
Oh. Sorry, I don't do white guys.
Oh, that's even worse.
Sorry, I don't do black ones either. So there you go.
He'll do foreigners. He'll do foreigners.
You know what they say? Yellow mellow.
Who says that?
Herbert the pervert says that. I like my guns like I like my little Filipino boys. Golden brown.
Okay.
That's a good one. I'm livening it up.
So this is rock and not comedy. So
Yeah. Well, there's a little funny in rock. Let me tell you a little story about. Actually, no. We were talking about your show,
Holistically
Speaking, which is generally going to be about what?
Everything.
Everything.
That's it.
Everything. That's just one word. That's just
everything.
Jeez.
It's
I
like
wish women were as easy as him,
It's like, hey, how you doing? Can I bang you? Okay.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Here, let me peel the scabs off between my legs first. Now,
You hear the word holistic, and it's kind of like a
Hysterical.
catchword right now. But holistics is everything. I'm kind of expecting someone to sing that one song. La 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 la.
Wow. Is there a theme to it?
Shut up.
I had to look for that one.
But actually,
We were like everything, la la la.
that song, the lead singer was Tom Hanks' father.
Tom Hanks' father. Wow.
Whatever.
You gotta come up with something better.
Yeah, well,
I'm guessing you know that girl real well, so you hear that all the time.
Yummy.
I know him too. Anyway,
That's his
like
name,
a gay Boy
Yummy?
Scout leader in a Boy Scout jamboree, folks.
I got some cookies for you.
Yeah. I got some cookies for you too.
Not the ones you're looking for.
I have a popsicle in my basement.
Come on down with me.
Well, okay. So your show is going to be about everything. Can you kind of like narrow that down so it's not so
How
listed?
can you narrow
Not
down
so
everything?
broad.
Well, not so broad.
Okay, my perception of everything, and about holistics, but about
Commie.
my first show is actually going to be a holistic view of Elvis. since
That's
it was-
hot.
since
Thank
it was
you.
his
Thank you very
birthday
much.
this week.
Okay.
What's next? Keith Richards?
One could do that, but it's not Keith Richards' birthday this week.
Well, it's Pat Benatar's birthday this week.
It is?
Yes.
When's her actual birthday?
Let's see. Pat Benatar, who turns 60 today, is still in the thick of an active career. She and her husband, who's the guitarist in her band, have been married for 30 years.
What's the name of the band?
Pat Benatar.
Pat Benatar.
We'll forgive you for being black.
You're welcome. Yeah.
We'll forgive you for
we
not
all
being
make
born in the
mistakes.
60s and knowing what the 80s music.
I really liked her on the
Yeah,
episode
sorry,
of
I
Charmed.
wasn't born in the hipster days.
I really
Did
liked
you just
her.
call me a hippie?
No, I didn't call you a hippie. I just
It's
said,
close enough.
take it as a compliment. Take it as a compliment, man. Just roll with the punches.
I hate hippies. I'm taking my ball and going home. So, go on.
Did you see the episode of Charmed they were in?
I think.
Uh,
All I know is that he used to be married to Linda Blair from The Exorcist.
that's all I know her from.
That sounds interesting.
The Exorcist.
Yes. Apparently,
Did she spin her head around? when
Yeah,
she-
I was like, did she start throwing up every time he came home? I'm home.
apparently, according to her memoirs, he walked into the room, the rehearsal space one day, and she said, "Girl, you just have seen the father of your children." Yeah.
Me.
I walk into the. You know what? It's kind of funny because I've never had a girl say that to me.
Boy, if that ever happened.
Now,
man.
was he?
I mean,
in
because
her
I
band?
mean, I've gone from being skinny as I was like White Urkel, okay, and then I went from White Urkel to
Andy
freaking
Reid.
no, not to Andy Reid, to
Yeah.
Ron
yet.
Jeremy.
all you need is a porn star name. This is
Well, I'm Ron
Jeremy
Jeremy
II.
from the waist up, so it's
I'm Ron Jeremy, although I don't really have a long schlong.
I actually had a girl said that I look like Ron Jeremy. And if I hadn't been engaged to somebody at the time, I might have shown her how, you know. But, it's like every guy wants to have a threesome. Are you in agreement? Want to have a threesome?
Yes.
You want to have a threesome?
I wouldn't say every guy wants to.
Oh, he's saving himself for that special person.
We need to revoke his man card.
Like
No.
Like those Miller Lite commercials.
I've always wanted to have a threesome, and I still do to this day. But back when I was skinny and had much more energy, it would have seen fit to do so.
Drink for Loco.
But you know
You'll
what?
have plenty of
Today, now
energy.
that I've gotten overweight, I mean, a threesome would be pudding wrestling with me. So I just can't do it. So and I'm married, so it's not going to happen. I mean,
Not
Asian
yet.
women just don't do threesomes.
Well,
Unless they're like
Unless
Asia
someone-
Carrera or something like that, huge porn star.
Carrera.
No, not Tia Carrera, Asia Carrera.
Asia Carrera.
There's a difference. Tia was in
not much.
Well, yeah, actually, one's Korean and one I believe is Vietnamese.
But I'm
Huge
saying as far as
difference.
their character.
What?
As far as their character.
Whose character?
Their character. Who they are.
Asia Carrera is a porn star. Tia Carrera
Is
is
an
someone who
actress.
played in Wayne's World.
Wayne's World. Party time.
Wait,
Excellent.
didn't she have a show, a reality show?
Who?
Tia Carrera.
No, I don't know.
She was in that other movie I can't remember.
Now I know there's an
With
Asian
Wesley
on.
Snipes.
There's an Asian on The View, but I don't think that's not her.
And like the Tia Carrera, the reality show she was by.
But,
No, not that I would have known that
man,
one.
there's so many reality TV shows. It's almost like, oh great, another. Reality
She
TV
also
show.
Tia Carrera was also in that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and
Tom Arnold.
Tom Arnold and the broad with the hot legs.
Jamie Lee Curtis?
Jamie Lee Curtis. Oh my God.
Yeah, see, but now she's just at checking to see if everybody's regular.
So yeah, I mean it's like so you got the. I mean, you know what? I don't even know the number to this studio. Is this
that
number
it?
the same? What?
Is that it? 813?
Yeah.
Eight-
If you'd like to call into the studio, I'm going to look at the paper cup phone number, 813-639-TALK, which is 8255 for those of you who are alphabetically unstable.
Educated.
I know, yeah, there you go. Educated.
Edumacated.
Anyway. So, yeah, I was like, it's amazing to see someone's been married for 30 years with Pat Benatar
30 years.
and Geraldo.
Man,
Or
30 years.
Geraldo. I don't know how to pronounce
She was married to Geraldo?
I don't know how you pronounce his name.
But 30 years, man.
For 30 years, yeah.
Man, you must be fully committed. It's like, I will not cheat on you.
Well, that's them now. She still looks smoky hot.
Yeah, she does.
I'll tell you who let herself go. Blondie. Oh, my God. She was hot in the 80s.
Yeah, that was.
And
the
then
80s.
she came out with her, like, I don't know. I think I saw her like 10 years ago or no, it wasn't more than that. About 15, 16 years ago or so. Oh, my God. It was like she went from beauty to formaldehyde face. And just,
like the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
yeah, it just was
What is
like,
she going
wow, what the hell happened to her?
You
What?
just became radioactive.
I'm
Get
saying
away
she-
from me. Get
she
away
takes
from
care
me.
of herself. I mean, I
You
imagine-
would think Blondie would.
Yeah,
too.
that's
She
makeup.
was hot, just as hot as she was.
Do they look good without the makeup?
Depends if you prefer blondes.
I prefer Asians, so it's.
Educated or uneducated?
Well, I prefer them to be slightly educated.
Slightly
Slightly.
educated.
So we go 50-50. Like, I want
what?
you to be
Slightly educated,
smart,
what is that?
but not really smart.
I want you to be smart enough to know that football is the way of life in America.
I want you to know that football
And,
is survival.
and me playing
I don't
video
like
games
football.
and you leaving me alone until I want sex is part of.
It's in our Constitution. Read it. It's in the U.S. Constitution.
It's there. I'll type it in there for you.
See, look, this is how you type.
Right. It's funny as I'm taking sign language in college right now, and I'm taking ASL too. So, and it's funny because you got to watch what you say, or actually, in this term, sign. Because
what signs you give.
yeah, I found that out the hard way. I decided one year I
Wait a minute,
wanted
he
to.
found
I
that out
wanted,
the hard
I
way?
wanted every month to have a politically correct whatever, right? Like we have Black Awareness History Month or whatever
Black
you call it
History,
in February.
I think.
And we
Shortest
have,
month of
like,
them
we have
all.
Hispanic. You know what? The illegal aliens get more freaking. The Hispanics get more than you. That's just sad. I just.
Hey,
So
we
anyway,
got Martin Luther King. Even though he got all the
Well,
crappy roads.
we figured like
Anytime
for-
there's a
for
fight, I
March,
just assume it's on Martin Luther King Boulevard,
we
street
could,
or whatever.
for March we could have like Almighty Whitey March or something like that, or something to that effect. And it's like for April we can have Asian Awareness April, AAA.
AAA.
You know,
This just
They'll
in case
tell
of an
you-
Asian.
they'll
If an
tell you
Asian
long
messes
time.
you up, we
So
can
anyway,
tell you long time.
I wanted to have these shirts prepared, right? So I was explaining it to this Hispanic girl in my ASL 1 class, and I was of course from New York. We talk with our hands, and I was just like, I got a black person who wants to do this. I'm like, it would be great if I get a Hispanic girl into this doing this too. And then I went, what do you think? Right? Just what do you think? And then the deaf woman who was in our class, she starts laughing. So me and her look at her, we're like, what? No, that's what.
This is what?
What? You know, this is what? Yeah. What?
What's this?
What's this? You see this?
That's what?
Yeah, what?
Kind of like what? Whatever. So anyway, she's like she's speaking in her like deaf voice. You just signed the word for big boobs. So the same thing we sign here in the real world, this is the same thing in the deaf world is big boobs.
Yeah.
And then like ring, like this is ring, right? But if you go like this, it means this, you know? And like this is shy, but of course in New York we got to be over aggressive, so I went like this, and that means prostitute. So you know, it's,
Yeah, I'm a prostitute.
yeah. Let me tell you how much I
sell myself for money.
Let me tell you how much I like to rock it out. I'll tell you what. I decided part of our homework is we had to go speak to the deaf people, right? So there was a convention a few years back. And I decided to go walk around and sign to the deaf people, right? So the first, it was the first two groups. I was like, "Hi, how are you? My name is JT. I'm a student at HCC. I learned sign language, right?" So I got
Did you
tired.
add in the?
No, I didn't. do that.
I couldn't catch all of it. I caught the last part. I caught the last part, but I couldn't catch the rest.
Finally, I say it had to be the third group was two men. So I decided I didn't want to go. You know, I'm a student at HCC. I learned sign language. Anyway, so I decided that I was going to try and talk to him. So I was like, "Hi, how are you? My name is JT." You know, and they introduced themselves. Of course, when they're finger spelling, it's like, you know. And so I picked the first letter, the last letter, a couple words in between. I try to guess the name, right? So they were like, "You want to go to Hat Tricks?" I guess that's where everybody was going after the convention. So I was like, well, can hearing people go? And he was like, yes. So I was like, okay, I need to call my wife. Now he looks at me and he goes, huh? What? So, and I was like, I need to call my wife.
And you thought he was asking if
And
she's
he was
got big
like,
boobs.
no, he was like, this? Then he was like, this? What? Why? Right? So I was like, then I finally realized what I had just done. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, sorry. Please forgive me. I want to sign. I need to call my wife. Not, I need to call my white people. And it would have been okay, but the man I'd been speaking to was black. And that Confederate flag bandana I had on my head probably didn't help either.
And now he's going back to the deaf black people. It's like,
I swear to God, I told my deaf teacher that. A couple of students, they're like, "You're not gonna get killed by a black person. You're gonna get killed by a deaf black person.
you're gonna get killed by deaf black people.
Right?" I was like, "Oh my
There's
God!"
gonna be a million
and then,
deaf
of
black
course-
people.
Of
Why?
course, after that, I was like, "Hi, my name is JT. I'm a student at HCC. I learned sign language."
Don't kill me. Go up to every black
Yeah,
person.
so that's how much trouble I get myself into.
The lesson to be learned: be careful what signals you give off.
Yes, be very careful when you're learning sign language, because you might say something that gets your face slapped.
If
So-
not, something worse.
So Charleston,
Well,
or
9 out of 10.
I
You
wish I
know,
was
the
good with
10
names.
times.
Don't worry, people forget my name.
What's his
at the
name
drop
again?
of a hat.
Sinclair.
Sinclair,
Yes.
like the sailor. No, that's Sinbad.
Hey,
No, that's
if,
what his
hey,
girlfriend says.
if I was Sinbad,
So
man, I'd be making
Sinclair,
money.
you're putting on.
Sports and
Sports
a little
and
mixing
comedy.
some comedy with it. I mean, I could just go to Mark
Well,
Sanchez.
you wouldn't have
pretty
to go
much.
far. You look pretty funny. So it's,
Thank you very much.
so
Hey,
your
what's the-
show's coming on
Sunday 4:30.
Sunday at 4:30. Yours on Sunday
5:30.
5:30. So you're gonna be like, you're gonna be following a black man. I bet you never heard that before.
Hey, for once, black people are in
Going
front.
first, right?
We are no longer in the back of the line. We are in the front, and we are staying.
Yeah, it's all because y'all carrying the gun. So anyway,
Black power.
Did you know what you were getting into? Anyway, I'm considered the biggest racist in this town.
No,
Really,
man, no way.
I am considered the biggest racist in this town. But I keep telling people I'm not racist.
I'm
I
not
hate everybody
racist.
equally.
See, look at my Confederate flag.
So the name of your show is Holistically Speaking, and the name of your show is
Sports and comedy. For right now.
That's it.
That's
I'm working
catchy.
on a title. But it's a mixture of sports and comedy.
We need to come up with a title for
Yes.
him. We
Okay.
need to come up with
Can
a
anybody
sports
help me
and
come
comedy.
up with a title? Sports and comedy mixed
Tebow.
together.
Sports. Let's see. Sports and comedy. I know the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Anyway.
No, that's New York Jets.
No, my son's a Jets fan, so we can't pick on the Jets.
Don't worry, he'll be like Fireman Ed and quit.
Sports and comedy.
So some of your comedy stories on sports would be what?
I'll be
I
all
know
serious
Breaking Balls. I like that. You know that's the name. You can have that. Breaking Balls is proudly brought to you by the Talkwad Network. Please check other shows on the Talkwad Network by going to www.talkwad.com. Anyway, so
yeah.
that's it. Your show is Breaking Balls.
Breaking
What about
balls.
busting
I
balls?
like that. What?
Busting.
Ball buster.
Nah, busting. That sounds like fucking redneck, and he doesn't look like a redneck. So,
Hey, redneck's not racist. Someone actually published that on a hub. I read it as like, is redneck a racist term? It's like, is being a hippie a racist?
I don't know.
You know,
They're
I've
black
never looked this
hippies.
up. What is the origin of the word honky?
Let's ask our host right here.
The word honky.
Where you honk a horn.
Is your honk a horn. There you go.
That's your honky.
Hiya!
Anyway.
Like a donkey.
Right. Like another thing. There we go. Anyway. You've heard of course, you've probably heard of Beats. Beats. They're headphones and they come in laptops now. But they really don't cater to us heavy metal heads.
Yeah.
So the group, Motorhead, frontman Lenny Kilmister, today has unveiled Motorhead phones, a new line of branded headphones designed for rock fans and musicians. Because we don't really need all that bass. We want a little bit of tweets. And that's not from Twitter. That was the name of the speakers that they used to call for high voltage, high ranged. Anyway, apparently the headphones were specifically designed to bring out mid-range sounds, unlike other high-end headphones like Beats, which place an emphasis on bass. Brand manager Andres Nicholson, who initially approached Motorhead about the headphones, was CEO Ulf. What kind of fucking name is that? Ulf. ULF.
What's your name?
It's like
Ulf.
almost like Alf with a U. Okay?
I love
Alf
Alf.
Sandberg or Ulf. My name is Ulf.
It's like Boehner.
Yes.
Boner.
Right.
It's like a boner?
Said that too much bass takes the soul out of rock. It's like you're listening through a towel. Apparently Motorhead phones. Huh, that's interesting. The group's name is Motorhead Phones.
Motorhead phones.
Motorhead phones. That way, that actually works. Yay! Are made up of all
Yay,
metal
they
and will
learned
be
something.
available in 3 different over-ear designs and 6 in-ear models, with the prices for the latter ranging between $49 and $59 and $99 to $129 for the former.
Okay, but what about the person who likes both genres of music?
Well, then I guess you're going to have to go buy a Beats headphone and going to have to buy, hey, let's
I want one headset. I don't want one for this music and one for that music. I want one that's adjustable.
Just adapt.
Yes, be like the Borg from Star Trek. Adapt.
What you gonna do? Go to government and say, "Hey, there's too many headphones for this music."
I'm
and
sure
that
they
music."
make headphones for both music. They call them Best Buy phones. Anyway,
Just get some earplugs and just
which
take care of
place an emphasis on most of the headphones will be smartphone ready, with 2 models coming with a recently developed microphone remote called the Controlizer. That's what we need. The Controlizer. Ladies and gentlemen, the Controlizer. Is your woman becoming out of date? Is your woman becoming too belligerent?
Yes.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, for only $129.99.99, you can buy the Controlizer. Plug that thing in and plug in the jack and the socket where it needs to be and plug away and just controlize her. Yes. Anyway.
Go away.
Is that what you're trying to do with your wife?
I don't have to do that. I play my video. Man, my wife's great, man. I'll tell you what.
Once
She's
the
just-
music is on, just like, oh, I need to leave him
because
alone.
she's listening right now, so I have to say that. So,
You know I'm listening.
yeah. My wife's great. You know, I had to train her to stop being so jealous, and you know, I had to train her to
Don't be
train
like
her
the
here,
one
this
from
and
Single
this.
White Female.
Well, it's like this. It's like I said before. You know, my father told me when it comes to marrying an American woman, you either want to be right or you want to be happy. Well, it's 2012, ladies and gentlemen. Well, 2013 now.
Whoa.
You know, it's the new millennium. If women can have it all, then why can't us men? If I want to be right and freaking happy, so I married an Asian.
Okay.
And you know what? I don't even have, you know, if you laugh, but I can send her ass back. Right.
I can get you to.
And I don't even have to tell her, you
So
know,
do
I
you
don't
get
have
a
to say,
refund?
you behave, or I'm going to send your ass back. I say something like subtle like this, you know. You remember when we were playing Uno and you lost your green card? Anyway.
So do you get a refund?
No, she was free.
Almost like a bride.
She's like most
Like
men,
one of those
cheap and
Russian
easy.
brides.
Anyway, no, I actually met my wife in a casino.
Yeah. You rolled the dice.
No, I actually won her in a poker game.
Here, you get
Yeah,
this Asian
yeah,
woman.
She had a full house and I had a royal flush. But with that full house came a 65-inch color TV, a Mercedes in the driveway, a 14-year-old kid. Anyway,
It's like, hey, I need to move in with him. He's got all the stuff.
actually, I think you know what we're gonna do. We got Steven on the ones and twos out there, and we're controlling the mics and half paying attention to us. And
Yeah, they're just talking gibberish.
Hey, Steve!
Let me just.
Hey guys, what's going on?
No, do it with your rockin' voice.
What's going on? Second degree burn.
That actually sounded.
That
better
sounded
than
like
the
a
female.
game show, you know. That sounded like a game show. You know, we need to get that in here. Do that again.
The
Do that
prices,
again.
Right?
Do you want more game show?
Just do that again, the way you did it before.
Be Bob Barker.
What's going on? Second degree burn.
You gotta come up with something better. Gotta come up with something better.
Hey man, I'm burning a fat one while I'm getting second degree burn, dude.
A collective gas.
I have a sound effect for just about everything. Or if he did that again, I would say, "You're out of bounds, baby."
Flag.
But we're gonna take.
It may be out of bounds, bro, but at least I ain't out of bud.
Oh.
Alky. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break because it's getting hot in the studio. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to start. We're going to play two songs. We're going to first Planet Hollywood, Hellhounds, and then we're going to go with Red Rockets, Let Her Fly. We'll be back in a little bit. Thank you for listening to Second Degree Burn.
Demon dogs and hounds of hell, treat them right, will do you well. Succumb to fear and live in pride. Feed the beast and live at night. Underworld creatures come out for the kill, dragging you in, sick and dying of the smell. your face. Hellhounds all around, destroy your face. What's the hell is on the trail? It finds a scent, although it's stale. The demon feeds, it finds them suitable. Now the old head, all the beautiful. To feed on that, it licking wounds. If their wounds grow untold tombs. To burn the demon out of treason. Feeds on murder for no reason. Hellhounds all around, laugh in your face. Hellhounds all around, destroy your face. Hellhounds all around, laugh in your face. Hellhounds all around, destroy your face.
Send it to me through email. I'm just gonna send it to you, and then you can just download it, and she'll be playing, singing to it. Okay, so we're gonna figure out where she's gonna set up. So I'm gonna use the restroom, and this is the only other conference room than that one. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
To come a little closer, help me get something right. You can tell me in a whisper, will you stay here all night, baby, please? Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back to Second Degree Burn with Sinclair and Alvin. See, I got your name right. See?
I feel
So anyway,
like
we've named your show now, Breaking Balls.
breaking balls.
You're going to keep that, right?
For a while.
It would be like a badge honor for me. Badge honor. Where did that come from?
Anyway, that's how much bullshit you give to me.
That's how boring I'm making you feel.
Anyway, so okay, let me ask you this: have you ever been? Well, I don't know if you listen to rock or not. I don't know what you listen to. So, I don't know what he listens to.
I listen
so
to a lot. I mean, I
listen to a
listen. I
lot of
listen to
everything.
like.
What's your famous rock star or famous music person story? You've got one? You ever been in the same room with one? You ever met one? Shook their hand?
I'll be lucky if I meet an actual celeb. Oh wait, look, I'm meeting one right now.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Second degree burn.
Hey,
There you
second
go.
degree burn.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I
do
listen
that
to
again.
I
That
listen
feels
to
so
a lot
good.
of music. I don't just listen to rap. All right.
Well, I never.
I listen to the likes, you know,
some
of
people
Limp
think
You don't
R&B,
just
you know,
listen to rap.
blues.
No, I listen. If there's any rap I listen to, it'd be the Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay, and
And I
what's-
listen to Limp Bizkit. I listen to Bush. No, not George Bush. I listen to Bush. I listen
I was
to.
gonna say,
what
do you
do you
have
hear?
your ear near? Do you have your ears near some woman's pussy or something?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. What does it say?
I heard a comedian say,
Take me.
I don't remember where I heard it, but it was funny. I heard it recently. It's, could you ever imagine a woman wearing seashells? Now I sound like Brady Bunch.
Come on, get happy.
Seashells as a bikini.
Wrong show.
Yeah, seashells as a bikini. I tried to pick her up and listen to her. All I heard was screams. And I thought that was hilarious. I don't remember who said that, but it was recently. I just heard that, and it was funny. But where the fuck was I going? Oh, famous rock stories. Do you have one? Do you have a famous musician story? I have a couple.
Actually, met them. No, I was at. An
Yeah, you
Ozzy
met him
Osbourne
on television.
concert.
What?
I was front row at an Ozzy concert.
Right. Yeah.
And I just don't think Ozzy realized his age at the time or his effect on the crowd.
Sharon. That's what I assumed that he said
No way.
as he was on his crazy train.
There was
Back
actually
then.
no alcohol allowed in that specific thing that night.
What?
So I had like 6 Zimas before the
You
concert
drunk
even started.
Zima?
Yes, I
Okay, we're stripping you of your man card.
That's it. No more man card for
No,
me.
yeah, you said once you said Zima, it's like, no.
Hey, you know
no.
what? I tried it once. It was all right, and then I just couldn't go past my beer anymore. I just needed
You know
my
what?
beer.
I drunk. the closest thing
I just tried it just to try it. Then I found out. I'm glad I didn't keep drinking.
Well,
it.
I like my drinks like I like my women, sweet with a kick.
just hopefully
But
they
are
don't
those
leave
women
you.
actually women? Because Zima is a gay drink. You know that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I also like strawberry daiquiris.
Well, I mean, I could see that. You
yeah.
know,
Give me 6
I mean, come
Zimas.
on, man. This is Tampa, Florida, Plant City, and all the Strawberry Fest. I would expect that. You know what I'm saying? That's just. I don't drink mixed drinks. I'm strictly beer.
Beer is
although
good
I
for
will
Did
him.
you
drink-
say you were strictly queer?
If I was, I wouldn't be. Oh! If I was, I wouldn't be sleeping with you.
OMG.
Anyway, I have. I think. So go on. You were saying. So you didn't think he knew about his age?
Well,
Where's his birth certificate?
maybe he knew
Maybe
about
Donald
his
Trump should
age,
look
but
that
I'm
up.
saying he did Crazy Train, and he said the craziest motherfucker here gets to come backstage with me. Nobody ended up going backstage with him, and
Yeah.
I was in the front row, so I got pushed against the gate they had up, and I had like a episode of diarrhea for about 3 hours.
Excuse me.
Anyway, no, that's. You know what? I don't think I've ever been part of a mosh pit, so I couldn't really say.
Yeah.
I will say this though. I used to work in a heavy metal bar after I got out of the military in Virginia Beach.
Okay.
The place I think was called On Stage or some shit like that. Some freaking shithole. Anyway, what had happened was Tesla was still big then. and a couple of their members had come in to play with the house band. It was named Sea of Souls, good group. They had some awesome songs. I really liked the way they played. And it was time to go. We're closing up. Everybody wants to go. And I got told because I was the cook / barback / bouncer /
You met Slash?
I met Slash. No. So I was like, it's time to go. I was knocking on the door, and they come out, and the lead singer of Sea of Souls was like, "Who are you talking to? Don't you know who he is? He's so famous," and blah, 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 blah. And the freaking, guitarist, one of the blonde guitarists, I think it was the only blonde guitarist, gets in my face like, "I am famous. I make a lot of money. You will treat me with respect," and blah, blah, blah. And
he was
I'm like,
drunk.
"No, you need to get the fuck out of the restaurant." What are you going to do if I don't? I turned him around, grabbed him by the cuff of his freaking collar and his freaking belt, slammed him out the back door. Of course, then I quit 2 months later, and I regret doing that. So, Tesla, if you are out there, I'm sorry.
I did meet Slash, but it was like in a passing.
I met the Big Show. And I also met the original guy who used to do the OxyClean commercials. He was in my cab, in my shuttle van from the airport.
Wow.
Now, I met the Big Show at the airport, and I saw him, and this is before he lost all the weight. I saw him, and I walked up to him, and I was like, "Yo, Big Show, man, how's it going?" Went to shake his hand, and it was like freaking a leprechaun trying to go up against Godzilla. It was like, his hand just engulfed. That's a good word. His hand just engulfed my hand, and it was. I was like, oh my God, I couldn't give him a man handshake, 'cause I couldn't squeeze his hand. I'm like, oh my God, he thinks
He's
I'm
got
a
your
pussy.
entire hand and wrist in
I swear
there.
to God, he's just like, he's like two of my hands just trying to grip. He shook my hand, and I was just like, thankfully he didn't. I swear to God,
didn't
I
decide
thought
to
I was going to be an
chokeslam you.
episode of Fred Flintstone where the hand is going blur, 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 blur.
I met Slash and Dee Snider at Universal Studios.
I heard Dee Snider's a prick.
I didn't really talk to him. I was working at Universal Studios in one of the haunted houses, and they came through. And there was like a little bit of talking because it was like towards the end, and we were kind of like allowed to go off a little bit out of character. Mm-hmm. I didn't really talk to him. It was just more like a passing glance. Hey, how you doing?
Awesome.
What about your story?
I've got no stories.
Yeah, I'm sure
I'm
you've
black,
got stories.
so-
You got black, so you met MC Hammer.
Come on, do what most black people do. Lie. Anyway,
One time, I met Vanilla Ice. I said, ice, baby.
no, your man card is gone.
He's sort of black, or so I think.
In a Pee Wee
No?
Herman way, kind of way, maybe.
Who, MC Hammer or Vanilla Ice?
Vanilla Ice.
Hey, he was hot back then.
Really?
Not in that way. Not in that way. No, not in that way.
We know
I
who
had
got
to
his
stop-
rocks off.
I had to pause there. Wait, that sounded so out of context. Let me take that back.
Britney Spears is out of X Factor.
Oh, no.
Who watches these?
Oh,
shows?
man,
I
who
don't
cares?
watch these shows. Britney Spears is
what's-
out of X Factor after a season in which a pop star failed to deliver a ratings boost for the singing contest. Well, duh.
Maybe she should shave her hair again.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Look, I'm
she's-
pregnant again. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Anyway,
I'm not that
wrong.
innocent.
no, I made up. You know what? I made up a song for that.
You got the stars mixed
beat
up
me,
there.
spank me, tell me I'm whatever it was. Or no, that was what I said.
wait,
It was
no,
it was beat me, spank me, tell me I'm a slut, and if you're really lucky, I'll let you fuck me in the BUTT. Anyway, so. Oh, I used to rip on songs back when I'll tell you what, I was in the Navy, and let me
You
tell
were
you
in the
something.
Navy?
I was in the Navy. I'm an ex-Navy cook, to be specific. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If you are going to join the Navy, do not go on an aircraft carrier. It's number one. Okay? But no, they have females. I swear to God, 4 months after I got in the military, they put females permanently on freaking aircraft carriers. What a fucking bitch. Anyway, so what happened was they say not, when you go out to 6 month cruise, they say not to think of home so much. Because you eventually you think of what happened yesterday, then it ends up being like last week, then last month, then like 2 months from then, and then you go back to a year, and then you remember who you were dating back then. If you're not dating the same woman, whatever, then you start going back literally to your freaking childhood, and things just start coming up, and you start remembering. Eventually, you come to the point where you run out of things to think of. There's nothing left. Because there's no new stimuli coming in. If you haven't seen Port for over like 30, we didn't see Port for like almost, it had to be like 100.
You didn't see porn for almost
Port.
It sounded like you said porn.
We didn't see Port for over 100 days.
We didn't see porn
We didn't
for
see
100 days.
nothing.
We didn't know what to
Then
do.
you know what's kind of funny is when you're on a ship full of men and all of a sudden a woman does walk by, you notice it because you're like, flat chest, bumps. What? It's like... It's
We've
like
lost
that
our
little
mind.
radar goes off in your brain was like, "Da-da-da-da-da. Hey, stupid, you saw breast. Turn around, look at ass. You know, and it's just literally what it is. And you literally start going, I felt myself going crazy. Because I'm like, what do they fucking talk about? What the hell do they know? I got so much shit to think about. It's not even. No, I ran out of things. So to keep myself going, I started making fun of the songs back then. You know? And I came up with some good ones too. Clean that fucking pussy, white bitch. Was one of them. Can't drink this. Was another one. There's a queer sitting here, and I think it was another one. I did it too, and I was making fun of songs left and right. And it was funny too. And I'd be sitting there in the freaking on the grill cooking eggs in the morning, just singing stupid songs and. People coming through the line and they're laughing and the line that I was on always wanted to be on my line because I was always doing something silly, until I got caught by the division officer doing that, and he took me off the grill. I'm like, oh my God, you must be kidding! All because I was sitting there taking the freaking I was cooking like scrambled eggs. I was taking the spatulas. I had one in each hand.
Okay, but you had females on the show, so on the ship. So
only when Squadron came out, and that was very rarely. Like because we're an aircraft carrier, we have Squadron planes that are assigned to the ship, a squadron of particular planes. So you got the FA-18s, you got the F-14s, you got the intruders, and whatever planes are attachment to the aircraft carrier. Now each aircraft carrier does have a different helicopter and plane squadrons attached to them. So one may not have an FA-18, one may not have an F-14, one may not have an intruder. They may have something else. The planes that go horizontally off the deck. And then, of course, you have the helicopter carriers, which are like smaller aircraft carriers, and all they have is helicopters. But what happens is, so you get squadron that comes on board the boat when you go out to sea sometimes. So, and females, because it's a land-based operation, females are on the land. So what they pick out, I guess, a certain number of people to go on board the boat to represent their squadron. So you've got cooks, you've got dispersing, you've got medical, you've got flight deck engineers, and all the. And we called them squadron pukes because they only came out on board when we were out at sea. And so
you got took off the grill. What was the exact reasoning you got took off?
Well,
the grill?
see, here's the thing. There was a guy who had just come on board the ship. Now, every Tuesdays and Thursdays, we had general quarters, which means we were getting battle readiness. And so what happened was most of us who've been on the ship long enough would, if you're working the night shift, you'd work the night shift, you'd get off at 0800, and at 1300, which is 1 o'clock, we would go to general quarters to 1500. And then at 1500, we'd go to our rack and go to sleep till 18 or 1900 when we had to appear for work. And so we're getting off like 4 hours of sleep, and then we're working from 13-hour shift, right? And now those of us who've been on board on this can handle that. He had just gotten on board, so he wasn't used to this. So by 5 o'clock in the morning, when he's on the grill like this, and I could see it, and he's gonna start falling asleep. And the last thing I need to see is his face implanted permanently on the grill, and him coming up like Michael Jackson. So anyway,
oh man,
what happened was, so I started making little funny jokes, and I started being a Chinese chef, scrambling the eggs, I was doing all kinds of weird things and flipping the spatulas. I'd grab a knife and flip it in the air and catch it on the blade, and you
got a bleeder.
No, I can still do that. I can actually I used to take it. I started off with spatulas, and I could actually work to knives. So I would take a knife in each hand and I'd flip it in the air. I'd cross my hands and I'd catch it right back on the hilt again. So, I got good at doing stuff like that. And I guess because I was making people in the line laugh and I was making him laugh, they took and threw me off the grill and put me on the slicer. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
But what was his exact reasoning?
What was the-
Because I was acting like a goof on the line. I know.
Wow.
So I used to have the nickname. I had 2 nicknames. I had 3 nicknames. One was asshole, but I had Mouse because everything had to have cheese on it, and then I had Greatest. The greatest, right? Because what happened was we were seeing a movie on board the ship, and it had who's that one fucking guy? It had Tommy Lee Jones, and it was an Apache helicopter, and you had the guy who always seems like he's got something stuck up his butt, but I can't remember.
Steven Seagal?
No. This was I can't remember. He starred in with the movie where they were playing the costume superheroes.
Costume superhero.
It was Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass.
He was the guy who played the father in Kick-Ass, who looked like dressed up like Batman. Nicolas Cage. So it was Nicolas Cage, Tommy Lee Jones, and so what happened was they were in the Apache and they were playing and they were doing a demo, or like a what do you call those? Not a demo, but a simulation of flying an Apache helicopter. So you had this the cockpit of Apache helicopter, and it was covered, and there was a screen. And you would try to shoot things. So they were sitting there going, I am the greatest. And I sort of I picked up that moniker. So every time I walked in the galley, people would be like, greatest, arriving, ching, 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 ching. Because when you're in the Navy, when you're leaving and exiting aboard, like the captain's leaving the ship, you hear Theodore Roosevelt departing, ching, ching. Some bell would go off. Or Theodore Roosevelt arriving, ching, ching. But ladies and gentlemen, we here at the Almighty One Show have got to call it quits. I would like to thank my guests, Sinbad, Sinclair. I'm just going to call you Sin. Anyway.
A man with a zillion names.
Right. And an Alvin the Chipmunk.
Thank you.
We're going to be signing off the air. This is JT Byrne from the Second Degree Burn Show. Please tune in next week as we will start having bands. You have been listening to Second Degree Burn, which is probably brought to you by the Talkwad Network. Please check out other shows with the Talkwad Network at www.talkwad.com.
Like my show.
Like these 2 shows
Include
coming
mine.
up on Sundays. Breaking Balls and
Everything.
Speaking. This is, I've had a great time. Thank you for tuning in. See you next week, same time. This is Second Degree Burn. Out.